Mostly, I'm just tired of typing all day, so I'm doing this. Looking at the current status of the resume here for Wirestyle. I like that the skills and experience are moved to the top. Linux is out front. Is that what you want to present? Linux is the strong suit. Windows is the secondary suit. Just making sure, because that's how it comes across. Rel, CentOS, normally you want to have a slash between those, not a comma. They're not separate things. It's not different skill sets, and you want to acknowledge that when you post this, because when people look at it, they'll be like, oh, trying to get two things for the price of one, instead of saying I've done both. Windows, do you really only Server 2016? Because I feel like you've been in the community talking about Windows since before 2016 released. I could be wrong, that's hard to tell, but it seems like 2012 R2 at least you must have experience with. I'm just surprised that 2016 is the only flavor of Windows you've ever worked on, especially given that your experience goes back to 2009, right? At some point you must have, maybe not, but look at that. Service applications, okay. Nginx, Apache, Samba, Bind, Squid, Ghost. Ghost? No. Is that Ghost the like blogging platform, or Ghost like I just copied whatever it is? Take it off. Nextcloud, Zabbix, Mattermost, Rocket Chat, Zimbra, Graylog, good snipe it, Exchange. Virtualization, Zen Server, Hyper-V, KVM, okay, so professional experience, let's start from the bottom. Desktop support, good. It's a little bit wordy, but that's probably okay, but I think when you fill in your other positions, you'll probably find you want a little bit of space, so you'll probably want to trim here. Provided end-user support for various hardware, network, and software-related challenges to support the required continuity of numerous healthcare-related systems and applications. It's too much. That's a lot of filler. Provided end-user support for various hardware, network, and software-related systems in healthcare. Right? Short and sweet. It's too many words. It's not telling us everything past, like we get it, hardware, network, and software, right? Okay, maybe it's worth explaining all those things. We got it that it's end user. Past that, every word is filler. We know that there's systems and applications. We know it's for healthcare. It's a healthcare place. If you want to replace the word provided with healthcare end user support, speed it up, right? You want terse. You want people to glance at it and get the idea. You don't want them being like, wow, here's a bunch of filler words that I had to read and I don't want to. Next one, installation and configuration of a high-capacity file server to store sensitive medical documentation, including disaster recovery and backups. Continued LAN support and maintenance of all devices. I feel like this doesn't tell us a whole lot, right? I think we need to dig into that a little bit more. High-capacity file server to store sensitive medical documentation. It's probably okay. It seems, what is high-capacity? Is that really high-capacity? I don't know, it doesn't matter. So LAN support and maintenance of all devices. How much is there? That is so bland. It feels like, they have two computers and I took care of them, and they have a router. Do they have Windows Server 2008 R2? That's what I would expect. Do they have no servers? Understandably, you may not put anything then, because there's nothing but desktops, but give us something to work with, because that seems like there's too little. And normally, so this is 2009 to present, so this is 8 years of support, and what we know is that in that 8 years, you have installed a file server, right? The fact that it's sensitive medical documentation does not matter. And the wording of including disaster recovery and backups sounds like it's part of the documentation. Flesh that out a bit, right? I installed a file server. I did disaster recovery and backups. If there's something there, make something out of it, because there's a bunch of that is filler, and there's clearly stuff we don't know that would be useful. All right, next one. Supporting the ARC Ocean County chapter in a wide variety of responsibilities and roles, including desktop/end user. Don't do it, right? We know that end users are on desktops. Just use desktop. Server, application, and network support, maintaining and addressing enterprise-wide system compliance. That doesn't mean anything, right? Enterprise-wide? Are they an enterprise? No. So they're not enterprise-wide. Are they, what is systems compliance? I don't even know. No idea. Compliance with what? They're turned on. They're compliant. Whatever. So either drop that or make something useful out of it. And then the other thing you have, I don't know if this is a placeholder, but you've got a number of IT generalists. And it's correct. You're an IT generalist. That is what you are, right? You're an SMB. We need a better title that's a little bit more descriptive. And so I think, but we don't know enough about the positions to really give good guidance there. So it's how to present the IT generalist role, right? And having like one IT generalist somewhere is probably okay. But my daughter has brought me crackers, and she is here to help out in the resume review. So I think those need to be reworded. We need more information and less filler, right? People are tuned to see filler, so you want to get rid of it. And so IT generalist might be like, we can use terms like support technician. We can use terms like LAN administrator, right? That's the old term for it. And this one at the foot and ankle, LAN administrator is what exactly matches the wording in the description. So maybe that's a way to go. We need to play with some of those. So don't assume you're going to use IT generalist every time, because it's not what your potential next employer wants to see. But you need to make sure, but you're doing the right thing, that you're trying to present a correct title, and those are perfectly acceptable. They're just, someone's going to look at it and be like, IT generalist over and over and over again? Why? Or, I need more, right? For example, right now, we know that you are the senior IT generalist. No matter what you describe yourself as, you are the final point of escalation, including management. Your direct management has to come to you. That makes you the senior, whether they like it or not. They don't get really a choice to call you not the senior unless they are going to call themselves a junior and say that, well, you're not a senior, you're just senior to them. And that's not something they're very likely to do.